I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. I'd like to welcome Dahvi. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I am Dahvi. I run an idol group called Vitality, and I'm your impish femboy idol in training.
So you're running a group. You gotta tell me about how did this get started, and why did you want to do this?
I've always wanted to make music, but it's something that I was too nervous to do on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And so I see a lot of idols on Irium, like Otoharu Rio, and I just thought it would be really fun to do that, but as a group.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? You only live once, so I'm gonna try it and see how it works.
Oh, well, that's cool. Now, tell me the logistics of putting a group together.
It is very confusing, and we're still in the process of organization and trying to manage ourselves better. So
yeah.
I put up applications on Twitter. I specifically looked for people who posted covers regularly, so that I knew that they would be able to meet deadlines. And then I invited them to a Discord server, and we essentially I have different channels for, song suggestions and whatnot, and we basically vote on what song we want to cover next, and we work on covering it.
Ah, cool. And that's excellent. And so is it a democracy, or are you the final say?
Oh, no, I'm definitely not the final say. It is mostly a democracy. There are some there's some group members that don't really care too much about what, let's just say songs we do or mixers we choose or artwork we go with. There are some members who focus mainly just on posting their vocals because they're very, very busy. So,
right.
But we do generally make decisions as a group.
So the folks don't realize the complexity of something like this because there's a lot of things that if you're going to make a group vocal and you're all in different places and your connection is the internet, there's a lot of things that can happen between here and there.
Yes.
there's a lot of gremlins that can show up between there and here, not the least of which is the mixing itself. There's inevitably going to be a little bit of timing difference and that sort of thing when you get down to it. So are they recording with the music, and are you getting the music and the vocal together when you get it back?
So yes, what we do is there is this website called BandLab that lets you collaboratively work on a production together. You can have different audio tracks. So we are all recording in the same BandLab. So we see each other's timing so that we can line up the timing to be perfect with each other's. And then after we get everything recorded in the BandLab and timed and set up right, we then export each track and send it to a mixer so that, if the mixer does have to adjust timing, it would be very minuscule changes.
Ah, good. Yeah, it's in the old days, in the analog days, you had to be very careful with that because even usually when you mix something together, it was two different reels of tape or something like that you were trying to put together. And if the reels of tape didn't exactly match as far as where you were on the reel, you had to really monitor and play for when that because the timing would change and it would be just a little bit faster on one side, so you had to be very quick with your fingers in order to do it right, and not shut it off and not turn it back on. That sort of thing.
Oh, that sounds so confusing.
Yeah, it did take a while, and that's doing it the MacGyver way. I mean, there were if in editing back then too was literally cutting and taping. Cut the tape, tape it together. Uh,
Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad that things are a lot more convenient now.
yeah. And when you hear about people with master tapes, that's because they were smart enough to have backups when
Oh
they're doing
yes,
it.
yeah.
And two, you also lost generations, which makes means something totally different now. Like anybody born after 2000 is lost generation. No, not that. Um,
Oh, I see.
not that. No, the lost generation is you take one recording and you put it on an audio tape, and then you're going to lose some of the highs and lows. You record it 4 or 5 times, and it's going to sound more muffled and distorted. And by the time you get to the 10th time, it's going to sound really horrible. You don't want to lose that generation. Nowadays, with the audio,
Oh.
you don't lose generations because it's all digital. So it's bing, 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 and it does. It's still it for an old man. It still is awesome to me that folks are able to do that. And I just sit
Yeah.
here with audition and audacity and kicking around. um,
Yes, yes.
but for you, was it something that you always wanted to do? Like not only just sing, but be a part of the actual production process?
Mm, yes and no. So, uh, it's more like being part of the production process was something that I knew would come with it because it's kind of impossible to do it otherwise.
Mhm.
I think I became a VTuber in 2021, and I've always like I thought back then it would be so cool to be an idol, but I was way too anxious and not super confident back then.
Right.
But the I think the parts of the production that I really wanted to take part of is the, making promotional art
Hmm.
and helping people with their models and whatnot and designing costumes and outfits. But when it comes to the more technical side, like the mixing, I'm just like, I'm going to pay somebody else to do that. Uh,
uh,
because they can do it way better than I could.
Well, I can tell you, there's a lot of really good ones out there, and I've interviewed a few of them, and some of them are VTubers, and I know there's a few of them that are excellent mixers that are also really good singers, which doesn't seem to be fair. It's like
Oh, I see what you mean.
like
Yeah.
pick one superpower, okay? Some of us are here in the corner, with a microphone. We don't have all that stuff. Um, so when did you, growing up, learn that you really wanted to be uh, somebody who had a musician type standing, whether it was singing or otherwise?
I think it wasn't honestly until college because uh it, for me my entire life has always been art focused.
Mm,
I've always been an artist and a writer, and I like my sister was the singer, so it would never even cross my mind that singing was something that I liked to do or
mm.
thought was fun. And it wasn't until college when I started to watch idol animes that I really I guess fell in love with it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's with those animes, it certainly does give somebody a different look to the music industry than, say, your person who grew up listening to the radio or the internet and certain songs, and I want to do it that way. It seems to be more reachable. Am I, or at least it seems more in somebody's wheelhouse. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Um, and people seem to be following their dreams a little more because of the anime connection.
Yeah, and I think it's also because, in the anime it like uh it kind of shows these people who are just kind of, normal high schoolers,
Mm,
and then they, go on to pursue this stuff and pursue their dreams. But I think what I like more than just like a band per se is
mm.
I like the genre, the style of idol music. I like Japanese idol music because it feels so positive and happy, and it just feels like a bright ray of sunshine and just makes me smile.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt about that. I mean, there is a no matter the basic genre of it, it does seem to have that poppy, upbeat feel to
Yeah.
it. And for someone who will listen to it and can find themselves drawn along to it, there's probably a yearning that you want to create this for somebody else too.
Yes, yes, absolutely. That is I want to be able to inspire other people and make them feel like, I guess happiness is the word that I would use to describe it, or joy, or
Yeah.
something like that,
Well,
like
I
determination.
yeah. You want to pass it on
Hmm.
and do that. But plus, being an idol too is that's not chicken salad there. If
Yeah,
you get a
yeah.
chance to be an idol, for crying out loud. Um,
Hmm.
so coming at it into and after college, um, and realizing where idols generally seem to start. Um, did you think that you might have passed the starting gate a little bit as far as age goes? Because they start them young.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And so I think that's why I'm mainly focusing on being a virtual idol,
Mm-hmm.
because I think with when it comes to at least Japanese style idol or Kaigai idols, at the very least, even if I am starting older, it's not mm, like a lot of the dancing. Not that it doesn't take skill, but it's not something like where I'm trying to join the Olympics. Essentially, it's something that's very hobby focused and open to a lot of different skill levels.
I like that. Join the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes along with with what you're trying to do. And so
Hmm.
really with VTubing, I'm trying to put myself in your shoes a little bit here. That you would see this and like, well, this is kind of the opportunity of all the universes coming together in one spot.
Yes.
Mm. And that's what brought you into it, I imagine.
Yeah, I would say so. I started off as a VTuber, and then um the longer, actually, it was also Project Sakai, the game, the mobile game Project Sakai,
Mm.
that made me really really want to pursue it, because of one of the storylines in Project Sakai is this girl who has no experience with being an idol, but she really wants to become an idol, but she since she doesn't have much experience, she has a lot of room to grow. And it's the story of her becoming an idol, not being able to get like any agencies to sign her because she's a nobody. And it's a lot about like being honest with yourself on what you want and what your, actual feelings are, despite whether or not you think it's realistic.
Yeah, yeah, and oh, the term realistic and that meaning changes when you're talking about the VTuber field, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it gets it gets a um whole new levels, several levels actually, because as you present yourself as who you want.
Yes.
You now have your own backstory. People aren't going to remember you as the kid who split their pants when when you reach down for a pencil in fourth grade or whatever. Um, you get to start the backstory. You get to set yourself, and now you it's like coming out of the cocoon a little bit.
Yes, it is. It is.
Mm. Yeah. And so once you turn that microphone on for the first time and had some people starting to come in and, stay with you, during your VTubing. Was that fulfilling? Was it what feelings did you have?
Oh, it was absolutely terrifying.
Mm.
The most terrifying thing, actually, of one of the most terrifying things of my life. And so when I started back in 2021, I didn't even do any singing. I was like, I'm not going to do karaoke streams because I'm not even confident in my streaming abilities. And at first, I was so overwhelmed by the fear of, the numbers and viewership and, whether or not I was entertaining or funny. Can be a hard space because, uh, unlike Irium, a lot of people lurk on Twitch, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, and like, sometimes the viewer count doesn't show up accurately. So it could be like you feel like you're talking to dead air for 2 whole hours.
Right.
Uh, and so I basically like got so overwhelmed with it. And I think back then I also just generally wasn't in a fantastic spot mentally
Mm.
that I stopped for, I want to say, 2 whole years
Mm.
before discovering Irium, essentially.
Yeah. So what made Irium so enticing to you?
A lot less tech involved. You just need your phone.
Mm.
And since it's only a just chatting app, viewers are going to be on there because they want to talk specifically. They want to talk to the streamer. They want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And no advertisements.
Mm.
And from the streams that I saw people doing, it just looked really fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's interactive, and if you don't, if I mean, there are lurkers on there, and I've done my share in stopping there. But if you really want it to be a part of a chat that's interactive and with the talent, that's the one, because you as the host are going to have to be on your toes the entire time.
Yes.
No rest for the wicked.
No, definitely not.
Because folks are going to come in and I've seen people carrying on so many conversations at once and have to be agile enough on their feet to jump from one to the other to back to forth to all this, because while the it's an immediate response, it's still people's typing is not immediate.
Yes, absolutely. I've had many times where I'm having 2 different conversations with 2 different people simultaneously on Irium.
Oh, yeah.
And it can get a little confusing, but also, like, I'm someone who types extremely fast. So sometimes I'll ask a viewer a question and I'm so impatient, but I'm like, they have to type it out. Not everybody types as fast as me. Like, not everybody types fast. I need to be patient.
Yes. Yeah, I can type really fast. I just don't type words very fast.
Yeah.
I work at a clerk job, and there sometimes I surprise myself with how fast, and then I look down at what I'm doing, and then it slows down by about 30 words a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Oh, and the 9 gets involved. So with this, and with the time you took off to get yourself together, get things together as a whole, did you come back with the attitude that you were going to stick with it and see how it turned out, or was it your plan all along to come back in some sort of format?
I think that if it wasn't for Irium, I would not be VTubing again. I think it would always be something where I was like, well, I tried that once and it didn't work out. But specifically, the reason why I've actually stuck by Irium, like, I've almost been doing this for a year, functionally consistently streaming. I can't say exactly how many times a week, but not taking any breaks or hiatuses. And it's because with Irium, I'm contractually obligated to stream 30 hours a month. And I thought, okay, so I think if I have somebody who is essentially chaining me down and forcing me to stream, it'll give me the structure I need to actually do it. And Irium is such a close-knit community that I've just made so many friends that any issues I had previously with streaming when it comes to like worries about viewership, worries about all this, I don't really care about that anymore because I just have so many friends that I have fun with.
It is true. I've seen, in every site has its problems from now and again. There's just no doubt about that. But and every group does. But in the last several months, I've seen just so many people come together. So many people on other people's streams for support.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive to me. And that's something that I don't think can be taught, and it's not something that comes, as oh, by the way, I'm contractually obligated to do this. I mean, you can still. I mean, this is the type of thing where people want to get to know each other and become a more of a community as it goes along, and it's very much to its benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely wanted the community that it seemed to bring, and it's my favorite part. My least favorite part about being a VTuber is the streaming portion. My favorite part is interacting in the community, creating art for the community, and making YouTube videos and making the music.
Your least part about being the VTuber is the actual VTuber part.
Yes. Yeah.
Everything else is fine.
Yeah.
But you've got a really good voice for it. It's very. First of all, we know exactly what you're saying. You're not marshmallow like I am, and you have a very expressive voice too, and how you do it. So it does seem like a really good fit for you that way.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I think I am going to stick with it because I think even though it is my least favorite part, I still do enjoy it, and the more that I do it, the more I have been enjoying it. And I think a big part of it was just getting out of my head of all the anxiety and all the worries. Mm-hmm. So it has gotten infinitely easier.
You just say that, like, getting rid of all the anxiety and worries, like, okay, I'm just going to close that door and go to the next room. Yeah, that'll happen overnight. No.
No, it's taken oh my goodness, it's taken so long, like many years to get more comfortable with being perceived on the internet.
And not only just being perceived now, people coming to want to perceive you. They're showing up because of you and your personality.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got to ask, because I ask all folks, how does that hit the first time you have somebody come back and you're like, oh, they're here for me?
I think it's a very, how do I describe this? It feels really awesome to, I guess, feel like you're somebody who somebody wants to watch. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible at explaining things.
No. This is the human part here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to have the exact words because it all, and you find this in music, I'm sure. The words don't have to be exact as long as the feeling and the want to is there.
Yeah. I think basically it boils down to it just kind of makes me feel special,
Yeah, I understand that a lot. It definitely has that feeling, and it makes it always, it gives you that feeling that you're supposed to be there.
Yes.
And you're not only just wanted to be there, and that you are validated by being there, but you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, this is something that is a fit for me,
Mm-hmm. And especially, I would guess, coming from wanting to to be a part of to not only just be an idol, but be a part of the idol culture as much as possible, um, you have to, sooner or later, someone else has to buy it too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have an audience eventually.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's another thing that the like I think another good part about having it be an idol group instead of one individual person is we get viewers from like at least 7 people.
Mm,
So, you know,
yeah.
like so if I don't share an audience with let's just say Epic Mochizuki in my idol group. The members are Epic, Dev, Sora, Mai, Yang,
Mm,
me. Oh my god, why is my and Siphon. Yeah. So
I've interviewed like half those folks.
that's so funny. But so I have my audience that will want to see the idol group stuff. And then like Siphon has his audience who's like, wait, Siphon, what? What do you mean you're an idol now? Like I
Yeah.
need to see this.
Yeah. It does kind of spread the marketing of that
Yeah.
in a way, and you do get to draw from different types of audiences because you're different people,
Mm-hmm.
different people coming for the same effort, which is a good thing, and yeah, it's. I'm trying to compare it to how I've heard that idol groups are made, and you couldn't have possibly done it the way they do it in those countries, um, because basically you have to start when they're sprouts and go from there. I mean, these folks go through a lot of um, molding to get to where they want to be.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so you're getting to do this after folks have come in. Have there been members who have joined who weren't really singers before of any note, hadn't really tried to do a lot of singing, and now this is their chance to do the same thing you're doing?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. How does that make you feel knowing that you are kind of the catalyst for that?
I I think um mainly it feels I don't know. I haven't really thought of that in a sense
Yeah.
because I think the way I have viewed Vitality um and the idol group is that I want this to be fun and I want this to be a hobby for people, an outlet where they can pursue their passions. I guess it feels like good to be able to give that people that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Uh but I think like to me what this is like a bunch of friends making something that they think is fun.
Well, it's a little more than let's put on a show. it's
Yeah.
it's not the old our gang. Of course, now I look back at those and like those were pretty wild productions back then. If anybody could put on a show like that back in the 30s, I mean, for crying out loud. So I think the whole concept is fascinating to me that you're able to do this and put it together and still be the VTuber and do all of these things. How much has it taken up your life at this point with all of this going on?
Vitality specifically has taken up it takes up like not too much because I've specifically like communicated with the group that everybody has their lives, okay?
Hmm.
Everybody has their jobs. I don't want Vitality to be people's top priority.
Hmm.
So, we pace ourselves. Like our general goal is to record one group song a month and then individual members can record solos or duets or whatever they decide to do
Right.
in the meantime. So for me, I would say Vitality probably takes up 30% of my time.
Hmm.
Whereas my other streaming activities take up 100 minus 30 is 70. What's 70 minus 30?
40.
70. 40.
40, yes.
The other 40%, I'd even say 50% is taken up by my commissions and my other streaming activities, like streaming on Irium.
Yeah.
And, working on my commissions. And then the other 20% is my real life job.
Yeah. Oh, I've been hogging a conversation with the talk about the music. I haven't even talked about the commissions and such.
That's okay.
I mean, really, uh, the artistry going along with it. That's another creative outlet of yours. Um, when you were younger, were you always looking for creative outlets, or did this sort of thing come naturally to you?
Oh, I've been drawing since like functionally I could hold a pencil. Like I've always wanted to pursue art because I just found it fun to draw, and I loved anime, and I wanted to be able to make stuff like that.
Yeah.
And with writing too, like I've always wanted to be an author in a sense, and I do have a lot of stories that I've written that I do not want to show to people because I'm not confident in my writing. But with the art, I when I when I went to high school, I specifically went to a vocational school.
Mm-hmm.
With my shop that I took, it was graphic design.
Right.
So, and then after that, I went to art college for like about 6 years because I double majored.
Wow.
And I'm very happy that I'm making money on my art, and it's actually starting to become a decent source of income. Like I would say that I don't make that much less money from my current part-time job. So I functionally, like, my commissions are a second part-time job at the moment.
Yeah, well, that's excellent. I mean, 6 years of art school, art college. I think that's the most that I've talked to interviewing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's just not for everybody. I mean, there's
No.
some folks go there and immediately get pigeonholed, and anything that they've done beforehand gets thrown out, and you get sent through the little Play-Doh thing, and come out the other side. What did it mean for you to go to this college? Did you have to relearn, or were you able to, or did they polish you what you brought to the table?
So I essentially I started from scratch, essentially, because I didn't know any of the fundamentals. I started off trying to learn how to draw from anime, which stunted my growth so much. And so at my college, we started with the fundamentals, like life drawing classes, where you draw people naked, perspective classes, all that. And I think for me, it was just so good to learn all these other perspectives, all these other styles, because you really can't learn how to draw stylized if you don't know how real human anatomy and proportions work. And it wasn't just from drawing on a technical standpoint, it was also a conceptual. Like, it helps me to be more creative. And we've had it was normal in art school to have 3-hour studio classes where at least 1 hour of that was actually, sometimes it'd be like an entire class would be just critique. So you put your art on the wall, and basically they tell you what you can improve on, what works, what doesn't work. And having it, like, I wish I could have a space like that again. I mean, and I kind of do, because my friends are artists too, but it's still not the same as when you have like 14 people in a room and you're constantly seeing their art, absorbing it, seeing what they do. It's like a different headspace, a different mentality, just being surrounded by a lot of other creators or artists,
Right, yeah. I understand that kind of at the you're all in it together type of thing. You're kind of growing at from the same seed area.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting that you brought up putting that up in front of the class, and then before saying that you weren't really positive about showing your writing to people, because I mentioned this before. Doing something artistically on your own is one thing. Showing it to other people is something else.
Yes.
So when you put that up on in class the first time, how far did you shrink?
Weirdly enough, uh, not as much as I thought I would. Like, and I think that's because you see a bunch of different skill levels.
Mm.
um in college, there are some people who are better than you, some people who are the same as you, some people who are maybe not so as technically skilled as you.
Mm-hmm.
And so while I would probably describe myself as at the beginning probably being, like on the less technically skilled side, but it's like you're not alone. You're there to learn. There's a lot of people. But I think what makes me more scared to show my writing is that uh my writing is a lot more personal, I guess, than my art. I think since I've been doing art for so many years, especially with graphic design, in a sense, it's kind of it's like a job. Not that I don't like it. I still love drawing.
Mm.
It's still great, but it's so depersonalized for me. Whereas with writing, it's not like maybe if I went to college for writing instead, that perspective would be flipped.
Mm. Yeah, it is very personal, and when you're doing it for somebody else, it does make a difference. Like
Yeah.
you're doing the commissions. Um, you're doing your interpretation of what the customer wants. For writing something freestyle, or just coming up with something and putting it on paper or on the computer, as far as art goes, that is very personal, and showing that is very, I certainly don't necessarily enjoy showing people what I do, as far as that goes, and I can certainly imagine other people being a little hesitant to do so. But I mean, it's pretty obvious now how talented you are. Um,
Thank you.
Now, it almost seems like you had the talent and you were just looking for a place to put it. Do
I
you feel that way sometimes?
mm, I don't know. I've always been somebody with very low, I guess, self-esteem. So it's weird for me to go in with the mentality of I have the talent, I just want to show it off. But I mean, in a sense, it kind of has to be that. Otherwise, I would never want. I think more so for me, it's I want to become someone that others how do I say, like,
It's tough to do sometimes.
look up to or get inspired by. Like, it's something I want to work to become and not necessarily something that I have always thought that I was.
Ah, I understand that. I understand. I mean, not that I've ever been in that spot because I've never been that talented to start with. But when you want to work for it and not just have it handed to you.
uh well, see, that's the hard thing because there's certain skills where I'm very impatient.
Hmm.
Sorry, there's
That's okay. I work at a
my
police
city.
station. I work at a police station. I'm used to it.
Um there's certain skills where I've gotten so frustrated because I just want to be perfect at something right away. And
Hmm.
I get frustrated when I'm a beginner because
Hmm.
it doesn't look the way it does in my head, but I'm also incredibly stubborn. So uh I it's like, okay, I this is bugging me. I will get it the way that I want, I guess, no matter how long it takes.
I
So
will crush
uh
you.
yeah, like I do want to work towards it. I it's just like I have an image of myself that I want to be or that I want to do, and it's like I don't want to stop until I achieve it.
I understand that. I understand that. When I talked with Dahvi before, and I said, you got these covers out here, cover songs. and you really went into turtle mode. I'm like, now come on, now there's the one here called "Can't Keep It Together." I think that's your most recent one, is it?
Yes.
Yes. Oh no, he's running away. He's running away. Stop him. You can't.
Stop him, get him.
Yeah, get him. I'm gonna play that for everybody right now, and I'm gonna show off that talent a little bit here, and we'll come back and talk about that and some other things here in just a bit. I'll hear on Eric Loy Interviews.
If everything fits into place, seamlessly pieced together in most terrible ways, I couldn't keep it together, I couldn't make it last, I couldn't prove I was good, I wonder if anybody could. I can't keep it together, nothing is meant to last for that long, but it doesn't make me feel better to put it in a stupid song. I wonder if life is all about just falling apart and painfully becoming something else, breaking down inside every day. Another day of hoping for something that I can't say. Love, confusion, hopelessness, pain, just falling through 1,000 different lives of the same thing. I'm a person inside a boy. I used to be a million different things, a million different dreams and hopes, but now I'm nothing. Splintered, fighting for control, inside a shattered soul, staring blankly, frightened and all alone. Still moving forward, broken down from everything. Did I do the right thing? I wish I had the strength to be everything to everybody. I don't know what I need to be. Hopeless dreaming, please take care of me. I know there's no more place for me. These ruined lives inside me scream. I couldn't keep it together, I couldn't make it last, I couldn't keep it together, but it's not that bad.
He didn't run away. He's still here. uh, so tell me, when you put a song together and mix it down, and then you hear it back completed, how is that feeling for you?
Oh, I hate it. I hate it the most. I don't like listening to my singing voice
Oh,
specifically. Um, unless I'm singing something that is in an insanely cutesy anime register, I have so much trouble listening when I sing in my actual voice. It is something that I'm still struggling with, but
Oh,
I think it's more like, so I mix it, I get it to a spot where I'm like, okay, I think this is good enough, and then I post it, and then I never listen to it again.
well, there's a lot of people who use their voice who think the same way because we hear it in our head and it doesn't sound the same as it does on the recording. Um, for instance, I think I sound like a really really good radio announcer, but everybody now says, "Why did you ever get on the radio?" No, truthfully, it really is a really fine cover, and there's more on the website, and we'll give the links to that, and also the links to your commissions coming. You're still taking commissions, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. But if anybody does want to commission me, at the moment, I'd probably tell them that I probably won't be able to start anything major until like January. But if it's something smaller, like an stream overlay, then yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, yeah. We'll put all that out there. So I got to ask you this question because it's a bigger one.
Hmm.
Since you started your VTuber journey, and you have strived to conquer these different fields, and you've been able to express yourself and present yourself the way you want to. Is that overall satisfying for you at this point?
I think I do like where I am now
Mm,
as a VTuber. I wouldn't mind staying as I am,
mm-hmm,
but I think I would also like I do want to grow because I think I would like for commissions and VTubing to be my main source of income. Like I would love to be able to quit my part-time job
mm-hmm,
and just have the VTubing and the commissions. But at the same time, like there is a level of satisfaction that I do have with where I am. Um, and I never really expected that to happen. Like I always thought I would essentially hate VTubing and hate streaming, and it's something that I would never be able to uh conquer my fears of.
mm-hmm. You feel that sense of pride that maybe you lacked when you had trouble with your self-esteem before?
Uh yes, I think so because I think like right now I can definitely say I am a talented artist.
Mm,
Like I am willing to give myself credit where credit is due versus whereas before I wouldn't be able to.
mm. Well, I'm going to say it right now. You're a talented artist. You're good at whatever you're going to put your mind to it and your talent to it. And folks should tune in and commission you as much as possible.
Thank you.
Just a wonderful time spent with you here. And the name of the group one more time.
Vitality, V-Tality.
Yeah, starring many folks who you can check back and find the interviews here on this podcast channel. Well, that sounded awful. Are you underwater now or something? Is it like a whale coming after
I
you?
no, it I'm parked so I am parked outside of one of my clients' houses and there's just cars driving by.
That's a heck of a microphone you got there.
Yeah.
And little
It's
did you
just
know
my
that he
normal phone mic.
also is records whale sounds underwater. You are one talented person.
Yep.
But you really are. You're extremely
Thank
talented.
you.
You got all the parts to go even farther than you have. I wish you all the best, and I hope I can get you back on sometime soon. When
Thank you.
we
This was very awesome.
thank you so much for coming on, folks. Check out what Dahvi's got going on. All the links are in the description. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.